A day after a video shot by parliamentarians depicting a TMC MP appearing to mock the chairman of the Rajya Sabha and the vice president, the Prime Minister has come out. Mr. Narendra Modi has come out and spoken on the issue. Modi has criticized what he called was the boorish and disgraceful undermining of a constitutional post. Hours after the PM's statement, the media quizzed Rahul Gandhi on the TMC's mimicking the vice president. Reporters asked if he regretted abetting the act by filming it. Rahul Gandhi appeared to take offense at the question, viewers. He shot back at the reporters. You can see him on the right of your screens. He was defiant. He was dismissive. He certainly wasn't contrite. Watch this sequence, viewers. Watch this sequence.
अपमान किसने किया, कैसे किया? वहाँ पे एमपीज बैठे हुए थे, मैंने उनका वीडियो लिया, मेरा वीडियो मेरे फोन पे है, मीडिया दिखा रहा है, मीडिया कह रहा है, मोदी जी कह रहे हैं, किसी ने कुछ कहा ही नहीं है, अपनी कास्ट भी लिया है सर, किसी ने कुछ नहीं वहाँ पे किसानों का अपमान किया। नहीं सुनिए, देखिए वहाँ पे हमारे 150 एमपीज को बाहर फेंक दिया है, ठीक है, उसके बारे में मीडिया में कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है, ठीक है, उनको आपने पार्लियामेंट से बाहर उठा के फेंक दिया, उसकी कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। राफेल पे फ्रांस ने कहा है कि भैया इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं अलाउ हो रहा, उस पर कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। बेरोजगारी पे कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। हमारे एमपीज वहां पे दुखी हैं, बाहर बैठे हुए हैं, उन पे आप चर्चा कर रहे हो।
The BJP has slammed Rahul Gandhi for trivializing the alleged grave insult, while the Congress has hit back at the BJP. History reveals that Gandhi tends to be cavalier when it comes to heeding protocol. I'm not saying it, viewers. I am not passing any value judgment. In fact, one of the tallest leaders of the Congress and the former President of India has noted this in his own diary, which was published recently. Here's what Pranab Mukherjee observed, and let me quote him. He writes in his diary of this incident back in the day, aghast at Rahul's bid to trash ordinance, humiliate Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Who does he, in brackets Rahul, think he is, question mark. He is not a member of the cabinet. Who is he to publicly trash a decision of the cabinet? The Prime Minister is abroad. What right does he have to humiliate the Prime Minister like this? He has all the arrogance of his Gandhi-Nehru lineage without their political acumen. Viewers, this is what was said about Rahul Gandhi from one of the ideological torchbearers of the party, close to the Gandhi family. So today we have to ask, is Rahul Gandhi normalizing disruption and disrespect? Fundamental question. Let's open this up, viewers. Let's not delay. Let's pose that question to Sanjay Jha. What's happening, sir? What's happening? Rahul Gandhi comes away and says, focus on the real issues, not on this. What can be more real than an attempt at trivializing, at disrespecting, at being dismissive of a constitutional post in our democracy? Sir.
Okay. Rahul, very quickly. 140 plus MPs are out of parliament. The speaker is supposed to be, by the way, an impartial, dispassionate individual. He's part of the BJP, that's another story. But in that constitutional position, you're supposed to give voice to the opposition, because whether it's a Congress or the TMC or the Shiv Sena or the Samajwadi Party, we represent the people of India. These are people who represent voices of the common people of India. And if you are not going to give them an opportunity to speak in parliament, you are not doing justice to your job. Just because people hold a constitutional position doesn't make them beyond reproach. Let's be very clear about it. Number two, very important, if you throw them, if you don't hear them in parliament, but you are trying to make a big, hullabaloo about an attempt to create a humor around the vice president, well, what do you want the parliamentarians to do? If we are talking about the humor or the satire being in bad taste, But I can tell you, Ramesh Bidhuri, on the floor of the new parliament, you know the language he used? Bhadwa and Katwa. We all know who he was talking about. Can somebody ask this of Mr. Modi? I would like to ask through your program, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, the Prime Minister of India, what have you done on this BJP MP from South Delhi, the most elite part of Delhi, I have been told? He represents South Delhi. He made a statement on 200 million Muslims of our country. What has the Prime Minister done? He is in Parliament. Brij Bhushan Singh, he is in Parliament. Accused of sexual harassment, he is in Parliament. No problem. Bills have been passed by Amit Shah today. Criminal amendment bills have been passed without any Lok Sabha.
Are you saying that there is nothing wrong in spinning a satire or about caricaturing an individual's disability? The person has something wrong with his back, etc., etc. It's okay, it's fair game.
Nobody saying that.
Well, it appeared so. You don't seem to have taken a principled stand. Begin by saying, well, I'm not going to condone this. Like one of your colleagues did, a member of parliament, Mr. Hanumantaya, yesterday, he came out and said, look, I'm not going to condone this. This is not something that we should have seen, but, whatever.
Rahul,
Now, I didn't hear that from you. Do you
Rahul,
think that this is not being seen by Rahul Gandhi as a deep transgression? Because
Rahul,
he is very cavalier about constitutional authority. I mean,
Okay.
Pranab Mukherjee said so.
Okay, Rahul, let me answer you. This is my personal opinion, number one. And let me just put it out for you right away. We in our country have had a security breach in Parliament that had it been with people with violent manifestations, it could have been, frankly, a very serious issue at the moment. Nobody is discussing that. Nobody is discussing that members of the Parliament have been thrown out. That's okay.
No,
Here is
who's
my
the
point.
nobody?
No, here
I
is
mean,
my
here
point.
on this channel, we have done debate after
know,
debate,
I know.
calling upon,
So
and you were there. So let's
Yeah.
not say nobody. You know,
So
this
let me
kind
make
of
the point.
no, this
Let
kind
me
of
make the point.
No,
I'll tell you
come
where
to
I
the point.
find the
I'm asking you,
BJP.
do you agree that a constitutional holder of a constitutional post should be picked upon because he has a disability? The
Okay.
poor man has a problem with his posture because he's got a problem with, you know, his skeletal system or whatever, and you are making I don't know, a virtue out of it in some ways.
No,
I mean,
no.
should that be?
I'm not. I'm making a different statement here.
Come on.
You know, we have become, let me tell you, I have heard the most foul.
It doesn't
vulgar
matter. Two
abuse.
wrongs don't make a right. I'm
No,
talking
let me-
about how do you
let me Rahul
show
make
the
my
mirror to
point.
somebody? You
Rahul
only
let
can
me
show
make
the
my
mirror
point.
when you occupy a moral high ground. Do you believe that today, and let me ask Smita Prakash, maybe you're pulling your punches, let me ask Smita Prakash. Smita Prakash, has Rahul Gandhi lost the opposition the moral high ground? You see, I think there was genuine sympathy for Rahul Gandhi and the other MPs in the recent past when 143 was summarily suspended from the House. I think a lot of people said, well, I think this is going a bit too far. You've seen the editorials in the newspapers. I might have a slightly differing opinion, but that's immaterial. The fact is, even I have stood here and said that, look, we need to re-engage with the opposition. And it is the responsibility of perhaps the government to do so, that its actions must also pass the smell test, which they are not. But when you do something like this, you give the ruling party a full toss. Constantly, do you think Rahul Gandhi ruins his case for his own allies?
It did, and it doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right that so many opposition leaders are being suspended. Yes, going by the book, they did flout the rules. These rules have been flouted. The flouting of the rules has been the norm. Rather than the exception So, you can hold up and say, ye to rule tha, ye to law tha, they are broken, so we can suspend them. But 143 or 44, the last count, is a bit shocking, But what happened on this, on that steps out there which you were showing, it's decorum and discipline were breached in that mimicry. And Rahul Gandhi, and this line of civility was crossed. And Rahul Gandhi being the, senior most, if I'm not mistaken, in that group, or one of the senior most, he should have known, and he should have just admonished Kalyan Banerjee. Forget about videoing the whole event. If the videoing was done, or if the mimicry was done in a living room or in a restaurant and he was videoing it, it was a different matter. But here in Parliament, I mean, Rahul knows better. I don't know, maybe it was a momentary lapse or whatever.
No, I don't know, because Pranab Mukherjee feels that it is
the TMC
very much part of his mental makeup.
Would have solved it.
I don't know, because that's why I pulled out that extract from Pranab Mukherjee. Perhaps
I don't want to go into what.
Yeah.
No, but on that score, I beg to differ, because this thing of what Pranab Mukherjee has said has come after he passed away. When he was alive, he said no such thing. He was very much, I have seen with my own eyes, he was extremely deferential to Rahul Gandhi when he was alive. So I don't know about that. I mean, of course, one has to go with what the daughter says.
Okay.
But about this, I just feel that today, Mamata Banerjee also said very swiftly, she transferred the blame onto Rahul Gandhi, that had he not videoed the mimicry, it wouldn't have become such a big deal. But I still feel that just a regret, if not an apology, should be enough.
Exactly. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're all talking about taking principled stands, and the opposition hasn't done itself any favors, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, by not taking a principled stand. They were at one point in the House, and as I said, public opinion might have even veered towards them, but after this?
Well, look, Rahul, the thing here is, it's just the hypocrisy of all of this. TMC, the person protesting and making fun outside of Vice President Dhankhar is from the TMC. This is a party that arrested a guy for making a cartoon, several cartoons of Mamata Banerjee on Facebook. I think you remember that case very well.
Yes, I do, of course.
Right. This is a party that has fielded a lady called Mahua Moitro, who thinks she's being very cute. Now, every Bengali knows what harami means. She claims that harami means naughty in her interview. She doubled down on her things when she called a member of parliament harami. She called the whole of Indian democracy Susupati democracy. She insulted 1.4 billion Indians, the election commission, and every voter, calling us a Susupati democracy. You can still go see the tweet up there. Today, she has the gall to put out a tweet saying, nothing annoys right-wingers and bigots and haters more than being made fun of. Fascists fear fun. She herself is a lady who blocks anybody who even remotely makes fun, yours truly included in all of that. Next, let's come to the Congress. This is a Sonia Gandhi who on Vajpayee said, ye apna dimaki santulan kho baithe hain. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She then called Modi maut ka saudagar. Rahul Gandhi, you remember after Manishankar Iyer made his chai wala comments, Rahul applauded him at that party meeting and mentioned him by name and applauded him. We all remember that video. I think people have forgotten that video of Priyanka Gandhi going and campaigning in 2019, where that slogan was raised by those Congress workers and the kids out there. Neem ka patta kadwa hai, Modi dash dash dash. I am not going to complete it, but you know exactly what that thing is. Okay, this is not a party. These are not two parties and two people who should be complaining about making fun of anyone, because they have. Okay. Let me also point out that Modi is not making an exception for the vice president. This is a news item from 2011. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Okay. Modi had posters of Sonia Gandhi removed that made fun of her in an unparliamentary way. This was way back in 2011 when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat. Okay, so he had this general theme that he will not tolerate abuses for certain, and that time, remember, she was a quasi-constitutional post holder in a manner of speaking. He does not tolerate this. So he is actually not the hypocrite here. It is the TMC and the Congress that are the biggest hypocrites out
well,
here.
Let me tell you, irrespective of
Rahul's entire career has been a string of failures. He can only fall back on these kind of.
Narendra Modi called Sonia
Okay,
Gandhi
Mr. Mondol.
a New Jersey cow.
Okay, New Jersey cow. Okay,
He called Rahul Gandhi.
Can I come in?
by
Yes,
another
yes,
abusive
Mr.
name.
Mondol, come in. Sanjay Jha, don't cloud
I'm
Mr.
telling you.
Mondol's space. Yes.
No.
He talked about how
You see, for the last 7-8 days, these people are sitting in the chilling cold of Delhi for no fault of their own. Most of them, they are in their 60s and 70s. And if they are trying to cheer themselves up by having this kind of mock parliament, that becomes an issue for you, not the attack on the parliament. Why
Anyhow,
potentially
the reason we are... No, hang on. Mr. Mondol, the reason we have had to digress...
Let me finish.
No, why did
BJP
Mamata Banerjee then accuse Rahul Gandhi of spoiling, ruining the case for the opposition?
I tell you, because you made it serious. You made it a serious thing. That's what
I made it a serious thing.
This is a very trivial thing, and this
very
happened
trivial
inside
thing.
the parliament.
Okay,
Inside
I
the
need to
parliament,
step in here. Viewers, there's nothing trivial about... No, one second. This is not squaring with my sense of ethics. There is nothing trivial about caricaturing a disability, viewers. This kind of shaming of someone who is disabled. No. I think this is no. Sir, I have to end this. This is not the way. I will not take this on board. Not fair, Mr. Mondol. Not fair. You cannot. Look. Anyhow, I'll have to lower your fader. Sir, please don't. This is not fair. I need to take a short break also, viewers. I mean, we can't give platforms to people who are going to go around there trivializing someone's disability. I mean, what next?